Good evening, President Bloomgarden, Mr. Chris Carroll, Chair of the Board, the esteemed Board of Directors, faculty, friends, and my fellow graduates. Thank you for the great honor of allowing me to represent such an amazing class. Let me begin with a story, one that has traveled through centuries and across many cultures, retold by writers and thinkers to illuminate a profound truth, the story of the blind man and the elephant. Many of you might already know it. For the rest, here we go. Imagine 6 blind men encountering an elephant for the very first time. One touches its broad, sturdy side and declares, "It's a wall." Another grabs the trunk and confidently proclaims, "No, it's a snake." A third grabs the tusk, sharp and smooth, insisting it must be a spear. Each man touches a different part of the elephant, certain that they figured it out. Yet not one of them truly understands what stands before them. This ancient tale reminds us of something vital. Our knowledge, no matter how hard-earned, will always be limited to the fragments we perceive. Centuries earlier, Socrates had voiced a similar truth. The only true wisdom is in knowing that you know nothing. And this is the idea I hope we carry forward. True growth lies not in seeking certainty, but in embracing the questions. Tonight, as we gather to celebrate years of hard work and growth, I invite us to embrace this humbling idea, not as a limitation, but as an opportunity. Because if there's one thing our time at St. Joseph's has taught us, it's that learning doesn't end with a diploma. It's a lifelong quest. And isn't that what makes this journey so exciting? At St. Joseph's, we have touched many parts of the proverbial elephant. Through our studies, debates, and discoveries, we have learned that curiosity is not passive. It's the first step towards a meaningful action. Ali ibn Abi Talib, the 4th Caliph of Islam, once said, "Knowledge enlivens the soul, and the soul seeks the truth." These words remind us that learning carries a responsibility, not just to understand the world, but to question it, to reimagine it, and to have the courage to change it. But is this some abstract, obscure philosophy? Not really. Think about yourself. Curiosity led some of us to medicine, law, education, journalism, and public service. Others pursued research, searching for answers to questions yet unknown, while some pursued their passion in the arts, bringing stories to life through music, literature, and design. We saw leadership in many forms: student government representatives advocating for change, the Muslim Student Association leading donation drives for Syria and Turkey, and the Go Green Club raising funds for the new courtyard that will outlast our time here. Our athletes showed resilience both on and off the field, bringing home championships and proving their determination time and time again. And then, of course, there were those of us who perfected the art of simply being, of just hanging around, laughing, debating, procrastinating assignments we definitely should have started earlier. And those moments mattered just as much, because college isn't only about what we achieved. It's about the friendships, the laughter. No matter where we spent our time, no matter what part of the elephant we touched, each of us played a role in this journey, and that's what makes this class so extraordinary. So give yourself a round of applause, guys. But sometimes it feels like we're stepping into a world that's divided and uncertain. The great Persian poet Rumi once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Even in the face of hardship, we've learned to see the light, the possibilities for growth and change. This lesson feels especially urgent when we consider the courage of those of us like Arshad Sharif, the Pakistani investigative journalist who exposed the corruption of the political mafia, understanding that truth requires sacrifice. Though his life was cut short, his legacy reminds us that the freedom to question, to seek truth, and to speak openly is not guaranteed. It must be protected. But courage in pursuit of knowledge did not arise in isolation. It has been nurtured by those who challenge us to truly think. Our professors have shaped us in ways we might not yet fully understand, pushing us towards a kind of growth that extends far beyond the classroom. To my mentors, Professor Siegel, Professor Ham, Professor Berg, and Professor Shore, thank you for pushing us to think deeper, for challenging us to grow, and for guiding us towards our purpose. And I know each of you has that one professor who made all the difference. Before we leave, I hope you let them know. I hope you say thank you. And to our families, mine is watching me through that phone right there. I love you, Mom and Dad. Your unwavering support has shaped us into who we are today. Thank you for believing in us. As I close, I come back to where I started. True growth lies not in seeking certainty, but in embracing the questions. Tonight we celebrate the class of 2025 not as blind men, but as seekers of wisdom, as bearers of hope. May we continue to be curious about the parts of the elephant we haven't yet touched, and may we continue to ask, to listen, to challenge, and to build bridges where there once were walls. Thank you for allowing me to represent such an amazing class. Class of 2025, congratulations.